What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? What's going on? We have another interview of the Bounce Podcast with a special guest in the building. He is a big Eagles fan, a big Lakers fan, a big Yankees fan. You already know the deal is. They call him Beast, but his name is Ernest. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, no problem, no problem, man, no problem. So, since it's football season, we might as well get started right here about your Eagles. They're 4-0 right now today on Sunday. They'll be going against the Arizona Cardinals, and, your boy Jalen Hurts has been popping. What do you think about the Eagles and how they've been playing, for the start of the season?
I think Howie Roseman did a great job this offseason in making sure the trade for A.J. Brown and making sure he can still have draft picks. I think that lit a fire under Jalen Hurts, trying to be the best quarterback for his team, and it's got them to have a 4-0 start for the season.
A lot of people, have always asked about, well, is Jalen Hurts, is he elite level? I know that, he's in the top 5 in passing yards. He's top 10 in pass completions. And, he has about four passing touchdowns and 4 rushing touchdowns. Do you think that Jalen Hurts is now elite?
I think that this issue of him not being an elite quarterback, I think this stigma only comes with him being a black quarterback in the NFL. I think that's it. We see that with Donovan. We see that with Lamar Jackson. While Lamar Jackson is playing in the elite level, has won the MVP, still not having the $250 million contract guaranteed. Like, I think that we only see this stigma with Jalen Hurts only because he's a dual threat quarterback. I think he has, if we look at him from Oklahoma and Alabama, I think he has the possibility of being a great quarterback. He's a bigger quarterback, kind of a bigger man, but he's not in stature. But so I think that makes him a really good possibility of being an MVP in 2 to 3 years. It just takes time.
Jalen Hurts definitely have some big shoes to fill. I mean, when you think about Philadelphia quarterbacks, you said it, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, these are quarterbacks that can throw the football and can run the football as well. So Jalen Hurts being in that position, it's a lot of pressure on him. And do you think that Jalen Hurts can be that franchise quarterback for the Eagles?
I hope so. I think pressure, I look at him in his college and everything that he's gone through as far as discrepancies. I think that pressure makes diamonds, and I think he's a diamond in the rough. I think that getting him in the second round, what he had to do to back up Carson Wentz, I think he is a franchise quarterback. And I think him sitting back under Doug Peterson, then bringing in a new coach, I think he's showing how much he can evolve and how well he can actually be.
Speaking of that, because obviously when he was a rookie, he was backed up by you guys, Carson Wentz, and now he has taken Carson Wentz's spot. I gotta bring this up. I really gotta bring this up. What are your thoughts about the fact that that he basically took Carson Wentz's spot, and you see ever since Carson Wentz has left Philadelphia, he really hasn't been the same as of late.
I'm a Nick Foles fan. The 17 birds. We win Super Bowl. So I think Carson, after he led them to the Super Bowl. He led them to the playoffs, rather. I think after his injury, he wasn't the same player. And I think that kind of limited him, and it kind of got him into his head. So I think that's you lose your job. It's the NFL. It's next man up, and they don't play. You see, it's Philly.
Do you think they made the right move on moving on from Carson Wentz and giving the franchise to Jalen Hurts?
I think the proof is in the pudding. I think having a quarterback that the guys want to rally around is really important as far as chemistry. Like, you need to have that as far as a leader. And I think Jalen, he embodies that as far as wanting to play around and wanting to play for a guy. I didn't think the team really rallied around Carson. I think he had too much going on in his head, too much about Nick Foles behind him, too much going on with the coaches that I think that showed on the field. And you can't let that happen as far as football. You really can't. It has to be a unison as far as the team. So I think Jalen's right.
One of the teams, me and Loreal was talking about this. One of the teams that we thought was going to have a breakthrough season come in the NFC East and the AFC East, we said the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, looking at the Eagles, look, first they were, considered probably one of the favorites to actually come out of the division, but also they have a chance to make some noise come playoff time. How far do you think the Eagles can go?
If you look at my parlays and my fan duels, they win the Super Bowl. So That's what I feel. But I think that the narrative that the NFC East as a division is weak, I think that's just a wrong narrative. I think you got Saquon Barkley back. It's a beast. The Cowboys, which I hate to admit, are still a prevalent team. So I think that the division itself is strong, and that just shows that the Eagles being 4-0 at this point and trying to make it 5, they are a serious team to win the Super Bowl. There's a serious contender.
Go ahead, Loreal.
So do you believe that the Eagles are in the shoe-in for the NFC East, or do you think that they might have some competition or even competition in the NFC in general?
As of today, I think the Packers just lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, I don't think that there's anyone in the NFC. Maybe Tampa. See, tonight's a really good pinpoint because the Cowboys and the Rams play. So that would let me kind of know really what the NFC looks like as far as competition. Other than that, I don't see anybody. The only people I'm worried about are the Bills Mafia. That's it. That's really about it. And this year, the Eagles look really – it's the defense and that defensive line. You can't really mess with it. That rotation is scary.
All right, I want to start something very, very interesting. I want to still stick to football, but I want to do like kind of game per se. So let's start. We're going to talk about the best in your position, NFC East edition. All right, here we go. All right, we go to best defense in the NFC East.
Are you talking about position-wise, or are you just talking about just defense?
Just defense. Defense.
The best defense all around is probably the Cowboys right now.
Cowboys. Yeah, I agree. Cowboys. Okay.
I can't. I don't like to admit that.
All right. How about this? Best offense.
Oh, Eagles.
Oh,
Slim Reaper, AJ Brown.
Okay.
Wes Watkins.
Right. Okay.
Dallas got it. Miles.
All right. Best running back.
Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Best wide receiver.
AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I'm
Good
sorry.
job,
I got
right
Batmans. I can't. We don't have Robins, so it's 1 and A.
Yeah. Best tight end.
Dallas got it.
Yeah. Okay. Best coach.
The Giants have a great coach. The Giants have a really good coach. So I'm gonna say Eagles because Nick Sirianni's 4-0. Again, that's you putting it in there. And I think it takes a lot for a coach to take back the play calling, give that up, and realize what you can't do and give it up to someone that can. I think that takes a lot. And as far as a coach, that is excellent. Your team loves to see someone that doesn't have ego and they're leading. Love that.
Best cornerback.
Big play. Slay.
Big play, Slay.
Yeah,
I don't play.
I knew he was gonna say it. He wasn't gonna say Diggs. I knew he was not gonna say that.
Diggs gives up. How much does he give up? He gives up to.
Okay, all right. Best linebacker.
Is Parsons a linebacker, or is he a defensive end?
He is a linebacker.
Yeah, he is a linebacker. Technically, he is a linebacker.
Parsons. I guess the Cowboys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, would you also agree that Michael Parsons is the best defensive player in that division?
No.
No. Who?
Who is the best defense player?
I say Big Play Slay.
Oh. Really?
Now Justin. Don't get me wrong, Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson a top 5 wide receiver?
Absolutely.
I think he is. Yeah.
Did you see anything from him versus the?
Let me ask you this question:
Minnesota?
Which defensive player do you think has the bigger impact on their team, Big Play Slay or Michael Parsons?
Well, Michael Parsons' defense is built around him. The Eagles' defense is built around a chemistry of a unison of a team. Like we have Gardner Johnson, we have Avonte Maddox, and we have on the other side Bradbury. So it's a unison in that secondary. The Cowboys.
Would you say that he's the best defensive player on the Cowboys team? Like, would you say that Michael Parsons is the best defensive player on his team, just like Darius Slay is the best defensive player on this team?
100%. I think Michael Parsons, if it wasn't my bias for the Eagles, I think Michael Parsons is probably the best defensive player in the league outside of Aaron Donald. Outside of Aaron Donald. Michael Parsons is, but again, I consider him a defensive end. I don't consider him a linebacker. He's not dropping back in coverage this year.
I can see.
That's interesting.
All right, here goes. Best quarterback. You already know you're gonna say. You are even with Dak Prescott.
I'm sorry. How many games you said? Cooper what?
I know. I'm saying even with Dak Prescott. Like I understand.
No, you said I can't hear you. Said even with Cooper who?
I said Dak. I
haven't seen him play. I'm sorry. I don't like. Who are you referring to?
Okay, so let me answer. Rank the starting quarterbacks
for the NFC East, or
yes, best to worst.
Oh man.
Obviously, you're gonna say Jalen
Hurts. Jalen Hurts, Cooper Rush, Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz.
Wow!
Wow! So you put Daniel Jones above Carson Wentz?
I like Daniel Jones. I mean, he's gumpy, but he's.
So you think he's Danny Dimes because they call him Danny Dimes? So you think that? So you think he's Danny Dimes?
Wow.
I don't like giving him. I think Carson Wentz is that bad. Let me say that. I think Carson
bad.
He's that bad.
Wow.
So was it more so him than the organization when it came to them breaking that up?
Yes, I think that showed in Indianapolis when they broke down that playoff game. That was him.
That was I
think that
was bad. That was real bad.
It followed him.
That was real bad.
That's fair to say.
Oh man. Oh man, but I know that I know one thing. You are happy about that. Your Eagles are having a great start, and and I know they're gonna have a good season overall. We'll see how they play in January. But I want to move on. But I definitely want to move on to another sport about Major League Baseball. So the Yankees, they are, listen, they ready for the playoffs. They're going to go against the Cleveland Guardians on Tuesday, October 11th in the, American League Division Series. What are your thoughts about how the Yankees have been playing, as far as this season, especially how they look coming to the playoffs?
I think they picked it up right around the great time in October. I think they did an excellent job as far as pitching. And as far as the outfield play, they did a lot of moving around as far as the batting order. And I just think it's hard to really, you got Aaron Judge blasting 62 home runs. It's like, what are you're gonna win.
Yeah. Do you believe that Aaron Judge is the AL MVP?
I believe so. I don't want him to be because I feel the Yankees messed up in not giving him his money. So him winning the MVP is more of a dagger. I don't think they're going to resign him.
You don't really?
Wow.
It's a lot. He's going to be extremely expensive.
Wow.
He's going to be. They already gave Stanton a contract. He's going to be extremely expensive.
Yeah, he already paid. So wow. So you think that he's going to leave? Wow. Like
I don't want him to. That's Aaron Judge. I don't want all rise to the judge. Hey, but I don't. No, He's a great player, and they should have paid him earlier. They should have paid him in the offseason. But if they win, then it's a totally different story. I would hope. Again, I have a parlay with the Yankees and the Eagles winning, so I'm fingers crossed. But
okay. So yeah, no, go ahead, Laura.
Right. I want to ask you this question, and it's been a big thing because, of course, Aaron Judge, he has officially broken Roger Maris's AL single-season record for home runs, 62. But to some people, Barry Bonds, they believe that he can be, or he still is, the home run king because he holds the record for 73 home runs. So I want to know, do you think that Aaron Judge is the new home run king? And do you think that maybe him breaking that record this season probably might help him stay or maybe help him get his money?
I hope it helps him get his money because he deserves it. I think the narrative around Barry Bonds, I'm a person that believes in 20 years, they're going to have a rule change where the steroids that were considered illegal aren't, and they might change Barry Bonds as the home run king. But as of now, I think Aaron Judge has rightfully deserved the home run king. And I do hope that this gives him the contract that he deserves. He's playing for a contract, and it shows what a player can do and achieve when he really wants and deserves. what he should get. That 62 home runs is amazing. That's really hard to do.
Yeah, right.
In the whole
right.
single season.
Right,
That's
right. Single season. Broke another Yankees record. Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. That's saying something right there. That's saying something. And for him, like you're probably one of the fewest people that would probably say that you think that he's gonna leave. Like I'm still surprised. Like like I think it's Yankees. Like it's like I mean it's like one of the biggest franchises like in the world.
It is. They have been, but the Mets have shown that they're willing to pay their players, and they're willing to pay whatever in the last 5 years to achieve and get their contracts and get their players. The Yankees haven't paid. They haven't shown that they're willing to pay out the big bucks to get the big players.
So do you see Aaron Judge going to the Mets? Like, what team do you think he will fit in?
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in a Dodgers uniform.
LA?
The Dodgers.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, good Lord.
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Dude.
Wow.
But again, this is all hypothetical. If the Yankees win, they're gonna sign him. They'll have enough. You're gonna have enough money in a bankroll with the World Series. But I think they'll move from him and try to upgrade their pitching for the next couple of years in the future because they need it. I mean, they need some help. That's why I don't think they'll go that far in the playoffs. Cleveland has a good chance to win a couple of games, and that's really sad to say. They're going to depend on their offense, and they don't have the pitching to sustain a playoff series. I don't think they can do it.
Well, it really depends because, I mean, I think they can beat Cleveland. It's about, when they go against the Houston Astros, like, that's a tough one right there. Yeah, that's good.
I'm not gonna touch that. I have friends in Texas. I'm leaving it alone.
So I want to move on real quick. I want to move on to the NBA because we're about a week and a couple of days away from the NBA season. And I know, like, listen, your Lakers last year didn't go the season you wanted to do. I want to bring this to like, what were your thoughts as a Lakers fan of how they ended that year?
I was just so happy to see Boston lose. I didn't really care.
Oh, this guy. Okay. Oh, no. It ain't about Boston. It's about the Lakers, bro. This is about the Lakers.
Ecstatic.
Oh, wow.
Listen,
forget the Lakers. What about Boston?
Take the Boston hate away from you. Hey, take the Boston. This is about the Lakers.
They won the same amount of championships last year as the Celtics did.
You just said the semi-champions.
I'm just saying, what was your thoughts about how the Lakers ended their season? That's all I was asking.
I think the injuries really messed up the season, and I think the Lakers tuned out Frank Vogel. They weren't listening to their coach.
You don't think that like probably the fit was an issue as well?
I think a fit is an issue, but when you have one of the best players to ever play the game, you can make things fit. But again, I think when you're not listening to your coach, you're not gonna for a season. No, you're not gonna be able to withstand that, especially with a lot of injuries. AD needs to stay healthy. That's the only way they win. That's it.
Okay, so you guys have a new coach in Darvin Ham. You guys got a couple players in the offseason. I mean, obviously Pat Bev, Lonnie Walker, JTA, Damian Jones, Tommy Bryant. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, you still have Russell Westbrook there, and I mean, he's been in the trade conversation all this time. It was like he was going to get traded. Now he's not getting traded. Do you think that Russell Westbrook can be an asset for this team?
I think he is an asset for a trade for this team. Yes, I think he is. I don't think he's a fit. I think when you lead the league or you are top 5 in the league in turnovers multiple years and you're a point guard, that's an issue. That's an issue. You want triple doubles or not, if you have the most turnovers and you're the point, it's demoralizing for your team. It kills the chemistry. It kills the vibe, the momentum, rather.
So will you actually give up 2 first-round draft picks just to get rid of Russ?
I don't see a 7th grader in right now that is the next LeBron. I don't see him right now.
Weren't we talking about this, Loreal? I've been saying this 1,000 times. I've been saying get rid of those 2 first-round draft picks and get some assets So you get rid of Russ.
You can understand the point for the Lakers to not get rid of two. Would you get rid of one?
No, I understand from their perspective, but I'm saying, Ernest, you know this. The Lakers have always been about getting marquee players. That's been about that for their entire franchise. It's not about building through the draft. It's about getting superstars.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
When have they built a championship roster by building through the draft?
I'm a Lakers fan, and if you want to talk about front office, they use their draft picks and building through the draft to get players like Anthony Davis. To win a championship, they can bring on the young Andrew Bynum to pair with Pau Gasol to beat Dwight Howard and win a championship. They build through the draft. They may not do it in the manner of the Golden States or the Milwaukee Bucks, but they do build through the draft. They just use their draft picks and their trade savvy to build and bring the marquee players there as well. So let
me ask you this. Do you think that the Lakers organization, like you're a Lakers fan, you have seen what Jeannie Buss and now Rob Pelinka and the crew has done throughout these years. Are you okay with some of the decisions and the moves they've been making? Because you made a point about the drafts, and I get what you're coming from, but when you had Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma and Josh Hart and Julius Randle, you gave all those guys away. And, of course, you did get LeBron and Anthony Davis, and you did win there, and he was able to win a championship. But, I mean, it kind of looks like a short-term success that's slowly burning out.
It does look that way. I do agree that they probably shouldn't have gotten rid of so many young players. I would have kept Lonzo in that situation. But I think that they messed up this past offseason in signing Russ and not signing DeMar DeRozan. I think that was where they really, truly messed up. And I think Magic Johnson even said it himself. I said, you have DeMar DeRozan and you have Russell Westbrook. Why not take the shooter over the ball-hungry point guard? So I don't like the way I don't like the way Rob Pelinka's doing things. That's not, if I'm being completely honest. But I have faith in the Lakers that they'll get it together.
So, where you see the Lakers this season?
Trading Russ, getting Buddy Hield or Miles Turner. I don't think that you have to get rid of both draft picks. I think if you get rid of one, pair Russ with someone else, or do a 3-team trade, and then you got the Lakers in the championship.
Wait. Okay. So, wait. Hold on.
That's all they gotta do?
Oh my God.
That's all they gotta do.
I don't know.
Darvin Ham, defense.
Listen, let's shout out to Darvin Ham from Saginaw, Michigan.
Yes.
All right. We ain't got no problem with Darvin Ham. I'm glad that he got a coaching job, but I'm just saying, I don't know if it's able to get to the championship in the first year. But let's say that you guys do keep Russ. Let's say y'all do keep Russ. How far are the Lakers going this year?
I'm sorry, I see no scenario of the Lakers still keeping Russ.
Wait, come on. I'm saying
unless he comes off the bench.
Unless he comes off the bench.
If the Russell Westbrook decides to come off the bench and runs with the second unit, then the Lakers can go as far as the second round or further in the playoffs. But
who would start a point guard then?
Pat Bev or Anthony Schroeder?
You mean Dennis Schroeder, but I get what you're saying.
Dennis Schroeder, sorry. I said
Dennis Schroeder, yeah. I forgot.
Do you think that Pat Bev and Dennis can, because they're going to be starting, and I get Russell Westbrook and how people feel about him, but do you have faith in Patrick Beverly and Dennis Schroeder?
I think the combination of what Pat Bev brings defensively and the system, and I think what Dennis can do offensively, they can combo together to make a pretty decent point guard. And really, you only have Dame Lillard, Steph, and Luka, and Devin Booker to really shut down in the West. I think I'm missing.
Kawhi Leonard.
Excuse me. This man out here, he gonna miss.
Because I thought you was talking about point guards. Then you said Devin Booker.
Yeah, I was only referring to the guards.
Okay, you're talking about stars.
Kawhi Leonard's a forward in my mind. I think Paul George is the guard. I don't know how they run that. What are y'all doing? I'm scared of that team. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like John Wall, Paul George.
Honestly, I think for the Clippers' sake, with Ty Lue as the coach, I really think that they should have John Wall come off the bench so he could get his feet wet.
No.
and they have Reggie Jackson. I'm just thinking like, I mean, I don't have a problem. I would not have a problem if John Wall started, but I understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like
Reggie can do both.
I mean,
so
like,
that's
look,
good.
just like when y'all have Russ, like, listen, start or come off the bench, like, y'all already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, Russ is bad. He needs to come off the bench. I just don't want them to buy him out. That's what I don't want.
It's
a waste of money. Yeah.
All right, we're at the end of this interview right now. How can people reach you, man?
Well, my Instagram is IN_HER_G. I got a lot of new music coming out on Spotify.
All right.
Working with a lot of great, dope producers and a lot of dope artists in Detroit and Texas and Atlanta. So yeah, I just follow me and stay tuned for what I got next.
All right, there you have it, folks. We got E, aka Beast, in the building. Eagles fan, Yankees fan, Lakers fan, you already know the deal is. It is the Bounce Podcast. We are out.